Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne. And I'll bring you a video tonight titled, The Sex Symbol Man, You're Too Attractive for Her. Let's go through this one. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. I have a very interesting topic, in video for you tonight. The sex symbol man, you're too attractive for her. And the premise of this video is that every woman, especially the underwhelmingly attractive woman, the average attractive woman that I'm going to be focusing on tonight, that woman has a full understanding of the pecking order of attractiveness when it comes to men and women. She knows exactly where she fits. So her efforts are going to be more forthright, and her delusion is going to be always be on full display because she wants a seat at the table of attractive women, but she hasn't qualified quite yet to get herself there. So that's the focus. And the sexy attractive man, the sex symbol man, is too attractive for her. What I mean by her is the woman that has not graduated to the level of being the match for the sex symbol man, the sexy attractive man. That man's done a considerable amount of work on himself. He's delved deeply into himself and discovered his best, and he offers his best. And his appearance is a reflection of the things that he discovered about himself. So everything about this man is clicking on every cylinder. He has no holes in his game. He's fully recognizable everywhere that he goes in society. People are drawn to him because he's drawn to himself. That's a sex symbol right there. Not too many men put in that level of introspection and effort to get themselves to that place of recognition in society. So he has qualified to be the sex symbol, and society rewards him and views him accordingly. Now, the issue is that this man is now an object. He's an object for women, especially average women, to bolster themselves amongst the collection of women that they are involved with, surrounded by. And what this looks like is that you'll be in situations, whether you're just randomly swiping on the dating app or whether you're out in the nightlife and, different places and situations, you'll be in environments where there are extremely attractive women, and then there are underwhelmingly attractive, average looking women as well. And a lot of the average women, when you're in these environments, they'll run up to you because they have a full awareness and understanding of the pecking order of attractiveness amongst men and women. So these women will offer themselves to you. They'll run up to you because they understand that beautiful women communicate with their eyes in terms of inviting you into their space. Underwhelmingly attractive women will invite you into their space by approaching you. So the beautiful women just give you a glance, give you a prolonged look. The underwhelmingly attractive woman is going to approach you because she has to, because she's fully aware of the pecking order, meaning that if she doesn't approach you as a sex symbol, then her chances of interacting with you are slim to none because she sees the safari, she sees the sexual environment, and she sees those women that are much more beautiful than her giving you the eye. And so she has to run up on you. And that's what she's going to do because that's her only chance of getting into the space of a sex symbol man. But when this happens, it's a very loaded proposition that she's given to you because it comes with so much. Now she's sprinted to the front of the line, but a lot of times, it can work out in your favor, and then it can also go the other way because the underwhelming woman who surrounds herself by beautiful women, or she's in the environment of beautiful women, her fantasy is to make you submit to her the same way that the average men submit to her. Because a lot of average men, they want any piece of puthi. They're going to do anything to get that puthi. They haven't done the work on themselves to regularly get the attractive women that puthi is attached to that they really want. So they'll settle for the scraps. This woman represents scraps. And so this woman, her fantasy is to get the same treatment from the sex symbol man that her more attractive friends are getting from the sex symbol man. But she hasn't been offered a seat at that table, and she knows that. So she has to offer herself to you. She has to jump at you when she's in your space. And like I said, this is a loaded proposition because it comes with so much. And I'll just, tell you how this looks. Okay. I remember times where I've been in nightlife environments and it's like a let out going on, but everybody is still, the club has pushed everyone to a particular section before everyone has to go. And that's the moment of truth right there. If everyone hasn't paired up already. And I remember being in a smaller space in like the sexiest club in DC. I'm not going to name the name of it. And it's right in front of the bar. The door is right past the bar. If you know, you know. And there was nothing but beautiful women, like these gorgeous red bones, in shape, looking the best that they're ever going to look in their life. And I was standing with my homeboy, and we were all in a very small space. And as I'm seeing these women one by one glancing and giving me the invitation with their eyes, this underwhelmingly attractive woman runs up to me. And she's just like, "Oh, you're so handsome. We met before. I don't know what happened," because they know what they have to do to ingratiate themselves into your space, because naturally you're not going to approach them. So they're operating outside of the natural laws of nature, which is attractive people typically find their way to each other. And so she runs up to me, "Oh, you're so handsome. You're this, you're that. I remember you from such and such and this and that." And see, when this happens, you have a choice to make. You can go with nature. You can go with the women that are more aligned with you, looks wise, attractiveness wise. You can go with them, or you can spit a very straight line to this woman who approached you, who does not look like these other women who are your natural fit. And so this played out. This woman approached me and told me how handsome I was, and it was like, "We met before, but I'm not gonna, let you go this time," and all this other stuff. And it was cool for me because I had a girl that was waiting on me. I had other women that were checking me out. But, a lot of, women who aren't that attractive, they're going to serve it on the platter. And that's exactly what this girl did. And so I had a choice to make. I was like, I can go take my chance with, one of these very attractive women that are checking me out, or I can go with this platter food that's right here in front of my face. This buffalo that just approached me and said, "Take me. This is the safari." And so I let her know. It's like, all right, we have to get out of here right now. And that's what we did. We went outside and she had to, kind of like get one of her girls to her car and this and that. And she came right back. And we went back to my place. And, we did what we did. But that's how that particular scenario went. And then there's other scenarios where I was in the lounge at like a 24-hour spot in the DMV area. And I walk up there by myself. It's very late. And there's about six, beautiful, beautiful red bones just sitting there, all in good shape, sitting around having drinks. And then once again, this underwhelmingly attractive woman runs up to me as soon as I walk in, because that's her only chance. Because you're too attractive for her. I have to make this real and make this plain, and it's going to become more apparent as the video progresses. And she did the same thing, and I gave her the same proposition. I was like, "Am I going to hunt tonight, or am I going to take this buffalo that just dropped itself right in front of my face?" And so I let her know. I said, "We have to get out of here right now." I was in that place for less than a minute. Turn right back around. And we get back to my place. She pulls this hookah out of her trunk, and we're sitting there. She's doing her hookah. I'm sitting there. We're relaxing. I might have a drink or something like that. And she lets me know that one of her friends needs her right now, and she has to go, and all this other stuff. So basically, she threw me some bullshit, and I'll tell you what's behind the bullshit shortly. And I was like, "You really gonna do this? After you just ran up on me, all them other, beautiful women, and you're the one that ran up on me, you gonna play like this with me?" And she's like, "Oh, I have to go. I hope that this, doesn't cause anything between us and this and that." But it was a very deliberate play. And let me tell you the deliberate play, and why rolling with the underwhelmingly attractive woman that throws herself at you is a gamble. It was a very deliberate play because she wants to be like her attractive friends that have done an amount of work on themselves, that have preserved themselves, that are looking gorgeous and beautiful. She wants to be like them. That's why she's around them. She wants the illusion of inclusion. So she wants to be able to go back to her friends and say, look at this super sexy, attractive man that I have, and look at the hoops I made him jump through. Because regularly she sees her friends, with more leeway with attractive men than she has. And so I saw the play. I saw that she was lining me up to make me the star of the group chat because all of these women, they put attractive men in the group chat. And whether it's just a fling, a casual encounter, relationship, like it's all the same. They're comparing notes. And whoever has the most attractive man, then that is the champion of the female group chat because they're always sharing pictures and comparing notes. And so she thought that she could bring me under submission. That's her fantasy, is to bring a sexually attractive man that is a sex symbol, that is the object of many women's affection. That's her fantasy and her dream, is to bring him under submission like the average men that glorify her, that don't have any options. So they take a chance. They run a play. They take a chance. But the sex symbol man, his mind is stained with the recent and frequent memory of women way more attractive than her offering him no hoops. And so what does that man do? He dismisses her. And that's exactly what I did with her. She hit me up the next day like, oh, let's get together. And I'm like, nah. She's like, we really can't pull this together. I'm like, no, you violated. See, there's a such thing as attractive indignation. Attractive indignation for a man, for a sex symbol, is that there's so many attractive women that are looking at you as their first choice and their fantasy, and they're not offering you hoops and impediments, and you're regularly having sexual experiences with these women, that when an underwomanly attractive woman offers herself to you, if she doesn't go all the way with it, if her praise of you does not align with her lust for you and her movements for you, you dismiss her because you have indignation because you're so attractive, you're so appealing, you have so many regular experiences. That indignation is you having frustration that this woman actually tried that shit with you because she's not even a match for you. But I'm making this video because these women are bold, and I want you to understand, once you've ascended to a certain place as a man, that typically you should only deal with women who are on the level of attractiveness that you've ascended to. And how do you know you've ascended to that place? Because these super attractive women regularly offer themselves to you. That's when you know you've ascended to that place, because it's a wild card bringing a woman into your space. Even though she's offered herself to you, she's ran up on you because she was desperate, and that's the only access that she has to you. It's a wild card because you don't know which side that coin is going to flip. And a lot of times they're trying to use you to bolster their standing amongst the other attractive women that they hang out with. See, the other attractive women, they deliberately do things to make themselves and keep themselves extremely attractive. The underwhelmingly attractive woman has no discipline. The gym diet foreign to her. She doesn't look like the other women, but somehow, some way, she begs to hang with those women. And her goal is to be those women without doing the work to become those women. And that's where you're the catalyst. You're the man that she wants to show off because you bolster her. She does nothing for you, but you do everything for her up in that group chat. Look at this man that I got. And then she wants to feed you a plate of shit. That's why I say it's a wild card. She wants to feed you at least one hoop, one obstacle, one hurdle, just so she can say, hey, I'm treating the attractive guys just like you treat them. Accept me. They're begging for acceptance. And you're the catalyst for acceptance amongst her more attractive friends. Because I've dealt with some extremely young, gorgeous women. I'm talking about in the prime of their beauty, showstoppers, men drooling every step they take. And I have conversations with these women, and they tell me women are constantly begging to hang out with me. They're always begging to hang out with me because they know when they're with me, we're going to get everything for free. Men are going to buy us this. Men are going to treat us this way. Men are going to take us here. And so the pecking order is understood by every woman who represents every level of attractiveness. The pecking order is understood. And so I'm taking you through the mindset of the extremely attractive woman that the underwhelmingly attractive woman wants to emulate and replicate without the discipline. And so they beg to hang with these women. And then when they get around these women and these women give them access to extremely attractive men, they try to jump the line. They offer themselves, they throw themselves at these men. And her fantasy is to give that man a hoop and that man jumps through it. Instead of working on herself and becoming what she actually wants to be to consistently get the outcomes that she wants. Nope, she has to throw to a super attractive man and play this shit. And then she can throw you in a group chat. She can brag to her friends. Oh yeah, I see how y'all treat these men, but look what I made this attractive man do. But a true sexually attractive, sex symbol man, he has attractive indignation. He's not going to tolerate that. He's going to toss her right back to wherever she came from if she gives him any hoops or obstacles. If an underwhelmingly attractive woman approaches you, you have to make it very plain. This is what we're going to do. And she can't give you any pushback, none of that stuff, because she sees the other women checking you out. Every woman understands the pecking order. She has to get in line, she has to stay in line, and she has to give you everything that you want. That's the only way that kind of woman can even enter your space, let alone remain in your space. So be very conscious of the mindset and the unspoken conversation that governs the underwhelmingly attractive woman's movements in your space. You have to be very cognizant of that because it can lead to frustrating encounters. And see, this is the thing about those women. It gets vicious when you reject them. You don't reject them up front because they know that they have to play along. Okay. Whatever you present to them initially when they run up on you, they have to play along. But they're playing a long game, hoping that they can get you alone, hold that poofy back, make you jump through a hoop or two. Like that's what they're hoping for. That's her fantasy right there. But in reality, she's trying to run that play and elevate herself to places that her work has not afforded her to. Like she's trying to pull up a seat at the table. And so that's why I want you to understand her motives and the gamble that it represents, even entertaining a woman like that. See, a lot of times as a sex symbol man, you'll have, since you're such an object, you'll have random women come up to you. Like I'll be out places, hanging out with my boys and things like that. People I know because I always go out solo, just having conversations. And some random girl is gonna, run up to me like, "Oh, you used to talk to my friend and used to talk to my family member," and because you're an object and you can't even pinpoint who this person is that they're talking about because they were just another experience for you. But you were the star of the group chat. I had a woman recently run up to me and throw my Instagram profile right in front of my face. And I was standing beside one of my boys. She said, "Yeah, you used to talk to my cousin, blah, 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 blah," and all this other stupid shit because her cousin had more to gain by being with me than I did with being with her. I never parade women around and put them in group chats, say, "Oh, look who I got," because it's a regular thing. I don't have to do that. If you're around me, you just want to see it. But those women are looking to bolster themselves into spaces and places that they haven't elevated to. They're prematurely pulling up a seat to the table. And you're the catalyst for them to be able to figuratively stay at that table. Woman came right up to me. I mean, pushed the phone all in my face. "Yeah, this is you, isn't it? This is you." How does she know that was me? How does she know my Instagram profile? Because somebody in that group chat who was underwhelmingly attractive, who was trying to associate themselves with me, told everybody, "Look at this guy I got." So you have to be very careful because you're the catalyst that these underwhelmingly attractive women use to bolster themselves. And they'll try to amplify every experience that they have with the super sexy attractive man. You can be like, "Hey, this is casual," and they're selling you as, "We're dating. This is something." So you have to be very careful about who you associate yourself with as a sex symbol man. You have to be very careful. And once again, if this type of woman approaches you and makes an attempt to immediately get into your space, it's a sexual offering. She has to go through with it. But then sometimes you just have to ask yourself the question, is it really worth it? Because it's not going to end there. She's trying to pair herself with you. And that's why it gets vicious when you reject them. When you don't allow them to run that play on you, it gets vicious because in their mind, you were the savior that was going to make her like the girls that she really wants to be without exerting the discipline to become the girls that she really wants to be. So it gets vicious. And that's why it's a bit dangerous to deal with women who are not equally as attractive as you. It gets a little dangerous because they took a gamble instead of just offering themselves to you, and maybe you would have kept her around, fuck with her every once in a while or something like that, kept it cool, because there's a wide range of women that a sex symbol will deal with. Like, not every woman is like gorgeous. Some women are not that attractive, but they give that man an experience, and that makes them look better than what they look. So it gets dangerous because once you reject that woman, once she tries to run that play on you, once she tries to run the bait and switch, the reversal, to try to make herself look better amongst her super attractive friends, you're naturally going to reject her because your intolerance, your attractive indignation is based on the regular experiences that you have with extremely beautiful women. So there's no space for her to fuck up. That's like a NBA player who is at the end of the bench and the coach lets him get in the game. I'm talking about like in prime time, not the garbage, part of the game. The garbage minutes, like the coach throws him in, and you looking off the star player, and you think you're gonna go out there and take 50 shots. Your ass is gonna be right back on the bench because there's people for that, and you're here to play a role. In the same way, an NBA player is not gonna get out of position if he's a 13 man on a roster. Then that's what a underwhelmingly attractive woman represents. She's a 13th man on the roster. So she has to get in and do everything you say. She has to move exactly the way that you need her to move and tell her to move, or else she's gone. But like I said, it's dangerous because once she makes that attempt and she has to face the devastation of facing herself, and then she doesn't have the same leeway as her more attractive friends, then that's when, on the low end, you get some shaming language. She might accuse you of something. So those women who are making desperate shots and desperate pleas to get into your space, they're desperate, and so you have to use your discernment, and you have to make a game time decision every time one of these women attempts to enter your space, because you don't know what comes with it. Once again, they're a wild card. See, not interfering with nature means just dealing with the women that are on your attractiveness level. Your attractiveness level are the women that consistently offer themselves to you, and once you become a sex symbol, then you're going to have women who are very attractive, who on a regular basis offer themselves to you. That's why that unattractive woman has to run up to you, because she knows your regular experience, because she has a full understanding of the pecking order. So I just wanted to give you something to think about, because this is a regular thing. When you work on yourself and you become a super sexually attractive man, a sex symbol, now you're an object. Now you're a target. Women are going to focus on you. And so you have the choice of who you allow into your space. But just understand that it can go a lot of different ways by bringing a woman into your space who, you both know doesn't belong there. She's either 100% cooperative and obedient, or she has to get it gone. And whatever comes with rejecting that woman, you just live with it. Because she can run to the T app. She can run to the "Are we dating the same guy?" Make up the lies. And the super sexy, the super attractive women are going to look at her post and say, you should have gave that motherfucker some pussy and stop playing with her. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight talking about the sex symbol man. You're too attractive for her. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. Once again, if you want me to make a custom video on a particular topic, you make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. In the note feature on PayPal and Cash App, before you complete your donation, there's a note feature. Leave the title of the video that you want me to make, and I'll put that video right here on my channel, Matthew C. Horne Dating, in 24 hours or less. If your topic is more detailed and nuanced than just leaving a note on PayPal or Cash App, you complete your $150 or more donation on PayPal or Cash App. You bypass that note feature, complete the donation, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com with your more nuanced and detailed description of who you want me to make your video on. And once again, your video will be on my channel in 24 hours or less. If you've been enlightened, empowered, and you're better for having encountered my video, I want you to make a whatever donation you want to make to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. I'll never tell you what to donate. Donate according to how you've been impacted. I never take a donation lightly. Your donations continue to keep me here in place and able and elevated to give you this elevated content. Okay, very even exchange. I'm bringing you some of the best game in the game. So just donate accordingly. If you've been impacted, make sure you donate. Okay, I want to see you all make more donations. If you're in need of coaching, if you have different challenges, circular movements, frustrations, and impediments in the dating space, then I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, you leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issues that you're facing in the dating space. I'll do an assessment, email you back with the terms of the coaching. Once you accept the terms, we get on the phone and you have your 1 hour coaching session with me. 1 hour with me, I promise you, it'll get you through any situation. It'll bring you to a breakthrough and it'll absolutely change your life. Get your coaching with me. Sign up. The link, matt@matthewchorne.com. My email is in my video description as well. So just hit that, reach out to me for coaching. I'm still looking to fill the remaining slots of the 5 individuals who want to take a year-long coaching journey with me as well. That year-long coaching journey looks like 3 coaching calls with me per week. I'm going to do an assessment with everyone who signs up for this of where you are and where you want to be. I'm going to create custom coaching and curriculum for every participant. No 2 participants are going to have the same coaching because no 2 individuals are in the same life space. So you're going to get 3 coaching calls with me per week. And in addition to that, you're going to have 24-hour access to me as well. That means that you can be going through something with a woman, a different challenge, something that you have a question on. This is in between the coaching sessions. And then you have access to me. I'll be responsive and I'm yours for a year, you know? So it's something worth taking a very hard look at and considering. And in addition to the 24-hour access that you're going to have to me, no matter where you are in the world, we're going to meet up at least once. I want to coach you. I want to see that you're progressing. And then I'm going to meet up with you in person. I'm giving a lot of bandwidth of myself. That's why I can only take on 5 individuals. And I'll meet up with you and coach you in person. We'll go out, bar, lounge, club, whatever, the atmosphere calls for. And I'll see you, move in person, assess you, and coach you. It's very personalized. That's why I'm taking on 5 people. Okay. And so if you're interested in taking a year-long coaching journey with me, then I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. In the subject matter of the email, you are going to leave mentorship. In the body of the email, you leave your name, your phone number, and you tell me exactly where you are in the dating space and in life and where you want to be. I'm going to do an assessment of that, and I'm not going to email you back. I'm going to call you. We're going to get on the phone and decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. And then, once you say yes, then the coaching will commence immediately and the breakthroughs will be immediate as well. Okay, sign up for your year-long coaching journey with me. Lastly, my dating coach community on the school platform. I want everyone to sign up. It's a very affordable monthly membership. And the link to sign up will be in my video description. In my dating coach community, what you're going to get is you're going to get exclusive content that is not on YouTube on a weekly basis in the community. I allow members of the community to give me different topics that they want to make videos on, and I put those custom videos right in the community. I also come up with my own topics. Okay, so every month you're inundated with exclusive content that's not on YouTube. And I allow the members of the community to give me video topics. Every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live right there in the school community. Okay, all of the members have the opportunity to get on the video live with me for an hour every week. I do a monologue on a particular topic, and then after that, the members of the community can discuss the topic with me. Okay, we have very in-depth conversations about the monologue. After that, any question you want to ask me for an hour, I'm yours. I'm your dating coach for an hour every week. Every live that we have is archived in the community. Every exclusive video that I made in terms of the exclusive content for the community is archived as well. There's dozens of videos that you can join my community right now and watch, binge watch, elevate, grow, get your breakthroughs, and then catch up with me Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get on that live with me. Ask me your questions. We've been having very elevated conversations. The lives have been amazing. Shout out to everyone who's in my community. I hope you're watching, man. I appreciate you all. And everybody who's not in my community, I want to see you all there this upcoming Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's commune in person. I have your answers. Other than that, understand you're just too attractive for her. And she has to jump to the front of the line and bypass the other women and try to play games with you to bolster herself and try to make herself like the other women that she hasn't worked to become. She's a wild card. A lot of times it's best just leave her alone. Worst case scenario, you tell her exactly what you want and she has to stick to the script. But just understand that you're an object as a sex symbol. That's just how it's going to come from every angle. But develop a discerning eye to understand which situations suit you best. I'll see you all soon.